you're dealing in an illegal product.
Yeah.
Like Valium is legal.
Yes.
Testosterone is legal.
Yes.
So over what quantity does it become illegal?
It's illegal, right, for personal, if you have for yourself a prescription in Spain.
Right.
In Spain, they only have Class A and Class B. They don't have a Class C.
Oh.
Class B, hashish, cannabis, marijuana. Class A, everything else. So that comes in the category of Class A. And it was the intention to sell, to supply.
Okay, so you can only get it from a doctor.
Yeah.
Legally.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so the amount I had, obviously it's an intention to supply people. It's not personal use.
Okay.
I told him it was personal use. I said, I can't get sleep in the night. That's why I got that much volume.
Yeah. And they didn't go for it?
They didn't go for nothing.
Yeah.
No, they knew what I was doing because they knew all my flights.
Yeah.
Interpol had been on my case and they just reeled it all back to me. They just reeled it all off. Everything.
Now, would they, in that situation, like if it was cocaine, they busted some kids coming back from Colombia, they might say, hey, let's work together. We got DEA down in Colombia. Bring us to your supplier and we can get you a time cut, right? They would get you to cooperate. Was there that opportunity here? I mean, you're getting steroids from basically like a terrorist country.
Yeah.
So did the Spanish even try to like say, hey, let's build this case up and try to like arrest your suppliers in Pakistan, or is that not even an option?
Zero.
Yeah.
No. They don't want nothing to do with Pakistan.
Yeah.
Spain can't Pakistan.
Right.
Pakistan will tell them off.
Yeah. America can barely Pakistan.
Yeah. Nobody they'll say off. We do what we're doing. He's legal on our shores. Once he leaves our shores, that's his business.
Right.
So, to cut a deal, they tried to do that with the mules. Okay. They made them speak against me, and they admitted it. They said, well, we didn't pack our cases. We gave it all that one. We're innocent, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So it came out in the newspapers here in England that I'm the bad guy, took two people over, an innocent young couple, and I made them carry drugs back. So it was making me out look like a bad guy here.
Right.
It was on the front pages of the papers and everything, yeah. And I went, this isn't the f***ing case. So I got word sent to their family. You better tell them to change the story or you know what's going to go down here. So word got back to them and then they changed the story and told the truth.
Wow. Okay. So but they still fingered you as the ringleader though, right?
Yeah, but they knew I was anyway, which was fair enough.
Yeah.
But in Spain, it doesn't work like if you cut a story and you walk free, you still get the same jail.
So they got the same time that you did?
They got the same time as me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So how much time did you get sentenced to?
I got sentenced to, in the end, 4.5 years.
Okay.
Out of that, I served 3 years. 9 years was what I was supposed to get. But my lawyer, Antonio Gonzalez, he got me the deal. He says, I'll get you half your sentence if you pay me £11,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he went and took that part of that to the judge?
Yes.
Wow.
6,000 for the judge.
And that must be common. That must be rampant in the Spanish justice system.
That happens all the time, yeah. Because their barristers apparently don't get paid the same as what the barristers here do in England. Because here they're on top dollar. On there, it's not like that. So they're free and easy to take bribes, yeah. So I got told of my lawyer and the people, once I could learn Spanish, that this is what you do here. Because in the first place, I had a wrong lawyer who was full of He couldn't get me anywhere, but I didn't know Spanish then. Right. Only once I learned Spanish and I talked to the South Americans and they said to me, you need this boy.
Right. So you were actually originally supposed to you went into Spanish prison with 9 years, I believe, right?
Yeah.
And you just didn't realize you could have paid at the beginning, you could have paid the judge and been walking in with a 4-year sentence.
Yeah.
You just didn't know Spanish.
I just didn't know Spanish and I didn't have the links.
Yeah.
If I had the links, if somebody came approach me, boom, you're wasting your time. You need this lawyer. He would get you out double fast.
Wow. Because you had money when you went in there.
Yeah.
What did the mules, those kids, what happened to them? How much time did they end up doing?
They had the same sentence, but I paid for their legal fees as well.
And the bribery?
Yes, everything.
Oh, wow.
I had to pay for that.
That's good of you.
Well, yeah, but it was my fault, you know.
Did you feel guilty?
Yes, really bad.
I mean, because a lot of gangsters, I mean, they just their mules to the slaughter.
Yeah. No, I didn't. I took care of them. I paid their legal fees and I got them out.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Did they have a hard time? Did you talk to them about their experience?
Yes, I did. They had a hardish time, but the girl was okay because there was 2 girls from Liverpool who were doing 9 years for cocaine, which was a setup on their part. They were coming to Spain, cocaine, taking it back, wrapping it around the body, bringing it back. But this time around, they had the cocaine. Foil was inside the cocaine. They set them up. They set them up for a fall. Somebody else was probably coming through with a bigger one.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. They had 2 kilos on them, a kilo each, the girls. But when it went to court, it was only 1 kilo.
Wonder what happened to that.
This is Spain.
Right. Wow.
So they were asked about that, but it's still 9 years. You know, whether 2 kilo, 10 kilo, 1 kilo, half a kilo, still 9 years.
Wow. So what was Spanish prison like?
So Spanish prison was a nightmare. A third of the inmates got AIDS.
Sorry, say it again?
A third of the inmates have AIDS.
Wow.
From injecting, sharing needles. I was in the Category A, the top security wing.
Right.
There's only 40 heads on there. They were all in there for murder, killers, South American, big-time drug dealers from Peru, Venezuela, Bolivia, Colombia, Sao Paulo. There was Europeans there, Germans there, Russians there, Moroccans, Algerians. It was like the whole world was in this little wing.
Wow.
You know? Yeah.
Serious guys.
Yeah.
But some of them were dope shooters.
Yes.
Oof. So they would share needles and get HIV.
Yeah.
Now, did they let that HIV turn into full-blown AIDS?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You were saying the Spanish prisons are the worst in all of Europe, right?
Yes. They're worse because of that. They have no health and safety. There's no rules and regulations. It's just all dirt. It's like Africa. It's disgusting. Because sentences there. Other countries in England, if you do like burglaries, you do like 10 burglaries. You'll get 2 year, 1 year, 18 months, 2 year, but it runs concurrent. So you only do 2 year. In Spain, they add them all up. So if you do burglaries, 10 of them, you do 25 year. I think America's similar. They hand you big sentences there, mate. But I don't think you get that much.
America's consecutive, but they hand you big sentences.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you will get big sentences, but generally they're concurrent. But in Spain, concurrent. But so it's kind of like Spain, but generally they don't stack the charges. So if you murder somebody with a weapon, they'll give you 25 for the body and 25 for the weapon, or 15 for the weapon, but they'll run them concurrently. So you'll only do 25. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But it sounds like in Spain, again, those animals will just stack the math.
I'll give you an example. Carlo, a good friend of mine who spoke some English in there, his story was this year in Fast. Innocent boy, college boy, had a fit girlfriend. They were at a party. The host was flirting with his girlfriend. End of the night, all of it a little bit high. People had left. And then he told Carlo to leave and not his girlfriend. Carlo didn't take this lightly, so there was a bottle of vodka, hit him over the fucking head. Bam, killed him. Didn't mean to kill him, right? So him and the girlfriend are there and the dead guy. So what they did, themselves, so took him to the mountains and they burnt the body. Right, okay, Carlo took the blame. It all came ahead, but when he went to jail, he got 24 years for the murder and 10 years for burning the body. So he did 34 years. See, there you go.
34 years.
34, yeah, you got 10 for burning the body.
Yeah, right. And so now the kid has no reason to live. No. His life's over.
He's on AIDS, and he's on heroin. Oof.
And they give up and they just slam it.
Yeah.
Wow. Is there any possibility of good time? Like, say you don't have money to pay a judge. Can you be on good behavior and get out early?
Wow, no chance. No. You have to do 3/4. 3/4 your sentence, sir.
Wow. Okay, so now you're in there. You think you're doing 9.
Yeah.
You don't know yet that you're gonna be able to pay your way out. You have money, but you got to hustle in there.
Yes.
So what was your hustle?
My hustle was there. I was the money lender. There was Carlo, a different Carlo, who's all heroin there, and Manolo, a bank robber. He was notorious. He was doing about 30 odd year. He used to take police hostage. He's like, shoot out with the feds, blah, blah, blah. But they used to sell the heroin there. So when people wanted heroin and they didn't have the money, they would say, go see Indio.
Yeah.
That's what he used to call me, Indio. See him and he will lend you the money and then I'll give you the drugs. So it worked hand in hand. And for this, Manolo and Carlo would give me hashish on a visit when it would come through, because their family members would come in and they'd get big lumps and they would give me a lump as a thank you present. Right. So I was like free and easy and we just got stoned in the yard there. Right. And so my hustle was lending somebody 2,000 pesetas and I want 3,000 back on the Monday. Everybody gets money sent in off the families on the Monday. Right. You queue up, you get your dollar. All the drug dealers are hanging around wanting to get paid. As soon as people get paid, they're pounced on.
Right. Right. And then they turn around and give you the VIG. And
then they give me what they owe me.
Right.
And then they say, right, now I don't have any money, so can I borrow some more back? And I go, yeah. Right. And then I want double again. So it was like a circle there.
So they're constantly...
They can't get out of it. They can't get out of it.
No.
Because once they paid me, they don't have any money.
Right.
So they have to borrow again.
Right.
And I had about 5 or 6 of these just going round, round, round.
Wow. So you started with your own personal money.
Yes.
Backing it up, right? And giving it to the dealers.
Yes.
And now...
Giving it to these people who wanted it.
Right.
And they will go to the dealer and then the dealers will give me free hashish as well.
Right.
So that was a good deal for me.
It almost seems like you could just give the dealers money yourself for them, but you want to separate it.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Of course.
Yes. No. Yeah.
Of course.
Because I'm not buying the drugs.
No.
I'm just lending you the money. And for that, I would hold whatever they had. Jewelry. You allowed jewels in there, rings, watches, a Walkman, anything of any value, I would take and hold.
So you're a bank and a pawn shop.
Yep.
Wow. So you must have been chilling.
You
must have. I mean, tell us about where they're, I'm sure people who couldn't pay would just say, yeah, keep my TV.
Well, that happened.
Yeah. Like, what did you have?
I had loads of extra items. Yeah. Walkmans, trainers, tracksuits, jewelry. I had 2 watches on.
You bastard.
This is jail.
Who needs 1 watch in jail, dude?
You don't even need a watch in jail.
No.
You go by the sun, you know?
Yeah. Right?
So it's pointless having a watch anyway.
Wow. You're just shoving in their faces. Hey, you AIDS junkie. I have 2 watches, 10 chains.
Jewelry, chains, rings, everything. Walkmans. Yeah.
Wow. And all the hash you wanted to smoke.
Yes. So it was a good number in the end. Yeah.
So did you feel like, okay, I can do 9, even though it's terrible, you're separated from your family, but did you feel like, okay, I can make it through?
Yes. Karim was there and he was from Algeria, a big time drug dealer called the Ghost. And he didn't escape. He escaped from there.
Really?
He said to me, I'm doing 9. He said, you're going to get 9 check. He said, why don't we escape together? And he escaped from there and I helped him do that escape.
How?
Right.
And why didn't you go with him?
Why didn't I go with him? Because I could do the 9 year. I would only do 6. I would do about 3 in Spain and then get a transition to England and I finished my sentence off there. I thought, okay, I can do that. Right. That's all right. Okay, right. I can do that. If I go on the run with Karim, I can never go back to England.
Right, because if you escape from a EU prison, the Interpol, I'm sure, shares that information, right?
Yeah, so you can't. So you got to get the out of Europe, really.
Right. Okay, so how'd you help Karim escape?
So how to help him? Right, he was in the Economato, which is like a shop on the bottom, well, sold the basics: coffee, shampoo, water, cigarettes, bollocks like that. Anyway, he was in charge of that, and we used to get all locked up at 7 o'clock, but he was allowed to count up and do his accounts until 7:30. So he was allowed an extra half an hour on his own in the corner. And the corner was next to the wall. And there was a fridge on the wall and he showed me. And he'd been like spooning away at it and it was soft as the brick. Right. The brick was coming away with my thumbs because that was the old jail. Foncolent is notorious to escape from. There's been loads of escapes there.
Okay, where is this prison based? Just for people can get a sense of the, where it was located.
Okay, Alicante, Spain.
Alicante. Okay.
That's the airport and that's where we're at.
Okay.
So the brickwork, it was an old jail. So all he said, all I've got to do is get through this wall Once I'm through here, I've got to run down there, hop over that wall, and then jump over that other wall, which is jumpable. But at the same time, there's two guys with shotguns on each corner, right? I went, what about the geezer with the guns then? He went, I want you to come with me. And he says, right, he wanted to go first, and he wanted me to go behind him. So if anybody gets shot, it's me.
Right.
Get it? He wanted his back covered, yeah?
Sure.
And I was thinking, listen, 9 years, yeah? No, okay, never go back to England, never see my mum again, never see my children again. That, it's only 9 years. I can do the 5 or 6. Yeah. I'll do that. No. I went, listen, bro, thank you, but I will help you. You know, okay, this is all I want you to do. R2, there was a German in there. He said, okay, we staged a fight, yeah? We synchronized our watches. He says, okay, I'm going to do one, yeah? Okay, at about 7:20 while I'm in there. No, yes. So while all you lot are inside, if you start a fight, all the screws will land there.
Mm-hmm.
Start a fight, the screws will land there, and it will give me my chance to run.
Right.
So we synchronized our watches, 7:20. I went, okay, go on then. 7:20. We were watching TV. The Simpsons was on, yeah? I wanted to watch The Weakest Link. So me and Artu just had an argument. I went, I want to watch you the side. You went, no, enough. You. So I just got a plastic chair, threw the chair at him. He threw one back, and then we just wrestled on the floor. Wrestling, yeah, not punching, yeah?
Yeah.
We don't want to hurt each other. So we just bam, 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 the screws, bam, whistles, they all come running. And then when that was happening, we heard doosh, doosh, bam, gun go off twice, yeah? I knew. Yeah, and Manolo knew, Artu knew. I think it was only the four of us that knew that he was going. And bam, gone. Yes, and then they went, right. And then the screws all come back. They were, right, everybody lock them all up. Wow. And then we were saying, has he got away? Has he got away? They weren't saying nothing, yeah? They weren't saying nothing. And I knew he got away. Yeah. Because if they'd have got him, they would have dragged his body in the yard for us to look at and went, this is what happens, yeah? Okay, don't try and run from here. And I knew he'd been away because he wasn't shot. So he got away and he sent me a postcard. Sent me a postcard from Portugal. And he goes, thank you, I love you, take care, the ghost.
Wow. And he ghosted. He lived up to his name.
Right, yes, but he got caught.
Oh, no, where?
He was Spain again. He was owed 60 grand for cocaine, a past debt. He came to collect the debt. The guy didn't want to pay him the 60 large. He'd rather just phone the feds and do you know what? Yeah, this is life, man. Yeah. Do you know what? Yeah, you've had the 60 grand of cocaine off him. Yeah. Pay him. No.
Right. That's what they do, though. If you're on the run, that's why wouldn't you?
Why would you pay the 60 grand when you can just get him locked up again?
Wow. So how long was he out before he got locked up again?
He was out, it wasn't that long. It was only about 4 months. And then I seen him, they brought him back up, but then they put him on the other side. Because my wing was Cat A, but there was a double Cat A where ETA were kept. What? ETA. These are Barcelona terrorists. They do bombs. They let the
Catalans. From Catalonia.
Yes, them, yeah. Right. There was them people.
Oh, the Basque, sorry, the Basque party.
Yes,
right.
The them,
Basque,
yes, but they were heavy.
Right.
They were there for murder, bombings. There was a few of them, and you're only allowed out one time in the yard, and you got to come back. So he was there. And I just looked at him, he looked at me, and he just gave me a little wave. And I just felt sickened. I went, you went through that process of, you were out. Right. You were out. Yeah. But he said that 60 grand. He went, I was starting over again, he said. You know, he said, I needed that money.
Yeah. But what are you going to do behind the wall? You can't do now. So after you escaped, you get a new charge? Do they give you more time?
Yeah. For escaping as well, yeah.
So what's he doing? Is he ever getting out? I don't know.
I think you only get about 2 years for like escaping.
So what is he? He's still in there, I assume?
No. He'll be out now.
Okay.
Karim will be out now. But he couldn't handle that life. He was like a big coke dealer. He was like heavy, rich, boob. He's one of them with out all the rings, dollar, bitches. Jail life, he couldn't handle. He went, I can't handle it. He went, how can you handle it? I said, I can do it.
Yeah. You're a little grimier, though. You're kind of a thug. Yeah. A drug trafficker, a fly dude is different than a gangster. Yeah. Wow. That's wild. Was there anybody else that like any other characters you remember from that prison?
Yes, loads.
Just like they had a wild ass story.
Yes, Butso. Butso was Albanian. He was, Bosnian, sorry, Bosnian. He was in the Bosnian army. He was short, stocky, built like he was tough. He came over to our wing because he was on Moodloo 1 first. He had a fight with somebody. If you have a fight with somebody on a different wing, they would send you onto our wing as punishment for 30 days. They would go and live with that lot for 30 days. That's what you get.
Wow.
Because it was a nightmare, our wing, yeah. Yeah. And
why? What was happening on your wing?
everyone's just stabbing each other.
Really?
They've all got AIDS. Doing 140 years. They're not going to get out. But you do have a single cell.
Mm-hmm.
2 doors on it, but you have your own space.
Right.
So I like that. I didn't like to share. Buto said he was sharing his cell. Somebody, he used his razor. He went, listen to me, a third of the people here got AIDS, yeah? So he used his razor. He said, I just nutted him. He said, I just nutted him and he'll give him a bang, bosh, knocked him out. They sent him over our wing. But he was crazy. He told me his story, what he did. He said, I was in the Bosnian army. He said, it was he said, all you should do all day was just get stoned. It was no work. He went, all the guns and everything else was from 1965. He says, all old equipment. He says, all they do, get stoned, get high. So he went AWOL. He off. He got caught near the border by 2 police. They stopped him. He knew he was going to get stopped him. And then what happened, one of them pulled out his gun to shoot him, yeah? Butso went to get the gun. He shot Butso here. He showed me the bullet. Shot him, but he took the gun off the copper and I shot them both.
Killed him?
I don't know. He said, I shot them both. I didn't wait to see. He said, but they weren't moving about, yeah? Shot them both and went on a run to Spain. Went on a run to Spain and he was a pimp. Started to be a pimp. But they were doing it all wrong. They were getting girls in from Bosnia, bringing them in and holding them hostage, chaining them up.
Oof.
Not even letting them walk. I went, no, really? I said, I've done a pimping, but just let him have a walk, bro, you know?
Yeah, seriously. Give him some exercise, dude. Yeah, give him some fresh air.
No, he said,
they'll be better employees.
He was saying, if I let them go, they're not going to come back. So it's one of them, yeah? I think, yeah, okay. Yep. So he had a chain. He was, so how did he get caught? He went, there was a girl from the window. She was shouting, help, help. Wow. Police come, got caught. But he had a bent lawyer. He said, I'm going to get bail. I went, and I was shocked because he was only there for about 2 months. And he got bail and his charges were a lot heavier. Right. And but he says, you need this lawyer. But then I could learn Spanish. And then I said, yes, I have one already now. Thanks for that. But I wish I knew you for a year and a half ago. Wow. So his story, Butso was a crazy man. He wouldn't take no off anybody. He was violent. The in there, Gitanos he didn't like. He was often just, but we used to train. He was a boxer, kickboxer. He was a champion of his area. He was proper tough. So one time we were training and then he said, okay, Chet, I'm going to go to the library for a book. I went, go on then. He went to the library. Went to the library, he knocked 2 gypsies out. In the library. Who knocks people out of the library? Right, okay. And then the gypsies came back to me and said, listen, you need words with him. If he does this again, we're going to stick him, okay? I know he's your friend. You walk around with him. We respect you, but I know you're with him, but if you're with him and it goes down, you're going to get it and all. So I said this to Butso. I said, listen, you're going to get stuck here, yeah? Okay? Because these can't fight you. They're not tough, but they have knives, okay? You don't have a knife, you just fight. He went, man, is that what they said? They went, who said that? I went, oh, God, man. I went, listen, just calm down, yeah? I'm not going to tell you who told me, but you just calm down. He went, okay, fair enough. But then I made sure I stayed by his side. Right. Everywhere he went. Wow. Because I knew, yeah, if anything happened and I'm there, if they're pulling out knives, they're going to do me as well. Right. Did you ever have to carry a knife or were you pretty cool with everybody? No, I got stabbed there twice. I stabbed somebody once. Really? Yeah. Tell us about the stabbings. Why'd you get stabbed and who did it? Why did I get stabbed? Okay. The stabbing in the first place, yeah, it's all linked. Both these stabbings are linked. Okay, well, I was only there a few days. First Carlo I met, the one who hit the guy with a bottle of vodka. the student, I was walking the yard with him. There was this other guy, Juan, who just, I don't know what he was called. He came off Moodle 1. I don't know what he'd done, but he was on punishment for 30 days. So he got sent to our wing. Anyway, he was there crying and that. And I went, what's wrong with him? So I went to Carlo, interpreter. So he asked him in Spanish. And then he repeated, he went, Juan, the main has took his pills off him. Because in Spain, in jail, they just give you pills to calm everybody down, down. Valium.
Right.
Why?
Ironically.
Yeah, Valium.
Right.
They give everybody Valium.
They're giving people your Valium pills.
A bit ironic. Yeah.
Right. For sure.
Yeah. And they were giving him a Valium. He took his pills off him. So I went, okay. I went, who? He went in. I went, why did you take his pills? Yeah. He went, got to do with you. But this is through Carlos, the interpreter, because I didn't know any Spanish then. I went, tell him, give his pills back. And then Carlo goes, okay. And then he told him, he looked at me, he went, what the fuck's it got to do with you? And I went, don't take his pills, okay? It's got everything to do with me. You got what to do about it, yeah? We'll have a fight. So Carlo told him, you want to fight? He went, okay, go on then. I went, right. I was a bit shocked he wanted to fight me, yeah, because then I was still a bit big. And he was like skinny but tall. Long hair, dark skin, Romanian. I went, all right. The showers we went to, Juan, he went with one of his other mates, and Carlo came with me. Went into the shower area where the sinks are. The mirrors are in front, the sinks are there, we're there, the showers are there, the screws, none. So I went, right, go on then. And then when I went like that, he just pulled out a blade. He went, come on then, let's go. And then Carlo said to me, Chet, take this. And then he handed me his knife. Because they all carry knives. Carlo had a knife, so he handed me his knife. I went, right, okay, go on then. Anyway, I was in like shock mode because I thought it was a fist fight. Right. I didn't realize it was a knife fight.
Right.
I was in shock mode anyway. And Juan, he came at me, he lunged at me, caught me, bam, sliced me here. When he sliced me here, I instantly just stuck him hard, bam, straight in the middle. Put him on his ass. Pulled the knife out of his hand. Carlo goes, give me the knife. Give me the knife. So I gave him the knife. He goes, right, I'll get rid of this. He went, you just go walk the yard normal. Walk the yards if it's normal. I went, right. I was just in shock mode. I don't know what the was going on here, yeah? So I just walked the yard. And then I seen all the screws go in. Boom, took him out.
Yeah.
And then nothing got said. He didn't grasp me up. He didn't say it was me.
Wow.
Right. But 6 months later down the line, his cousin came into our wing. I was training in the gym bit where I had made. There was a sink in the corner. I was washing my face. And then I just felt a bam, thud in my back. First I thought it's just like a bit of a punch. And I turned around. I didn't feel anything then at the time. And then I felt blood going down my back. Bang. And then I seen a shank. It was like a nail on a wood. It was like a long nail.
Right.
And
it was tied up with like duct tape or?
It was tied up with
string or something?
String, yeah.
Yeah.
With, no, it was like the material from a bed sheet.
Ah, yep.
Bed sheet, yeah. It was all thingied up, yeah. And that was the handle.
Where did he hit you? What part of the back?
He hit me right in the middle. I've got a scar there. Hit me right in the middle. I didn't realize at the time. He must have missed all my arteries.
Yeah, I missed a lot.
Then I just banged him, yeah. And then I seen that and I went, do I get that and stab him? But I was that paranoid and getting extra jail. Yeah. So I would get another 8 years, 10 years. And I'm thinking, I just want to get the out of it, man.
Right.
So I just left it. And then I went to Carlo. I went, listen, what do I say? He says, pretend you don't know Spanish. He said, I'll do the talking for you. He helped me out. So I just said, I've fallen back, but I was saying it in English. And then the school was saying, you know Spanish. I went, no. I went, listen, I just fallen back. And then Carlos said something. They knew what went down, I think, yeah. Right. And then it took me to the hospital wing, stitched it up, and I come back. Him, who I hit, was still on the wing. But he was due to go the next day. He was waited till the 29th day. He was there for 30 days to stab me.
Wow.
Because he knew he was going to go the next day in case I killed him afterwards.
Right. So but thank God he did leave, or else somebody might have had to get killed.
Yeah.
So people would get extra sentences for
Yes.
For stabbing people.
For stabbing people,
Okay.
yeah. You get 8 to 10 years on top.
Okay. But, you know, these guys are getting hit with so much time. At a certain point, you don't give a
No,
like,
you don't
like
give
in
a
America, you
and
know.
then you share needles, don't you? You just get AIDS, you don't give a
That's what I would be so scared of. Like, that's what, you know, like somebody stabbing me with their AIDS needle, right? Like I would be so paranoid. I would give those guys whatever they wanted. Just stay the away from me, freak.
Well, I'll give you an example of this.
Yeah.
AIDS people wants to fight me.
That's a scientific term, by the way.
I've got
AIDS
scars here of my hands. I've got scars on my hands here of AIDS people. I've hit them. I've had their blood on my blood. My hands have been cut. I was convinced I had AIDS.
Right.
Towards the end of my sentence, I was sharing joints with them and everything. Because I was convinced I did. I didn't give a because I thought I had AIDS. Because my hands, you know, and their blood, they got AIDS. I'm like, well, you got it now. You got it now. You're now. That's what they say after a fight.
Wow. So you thought you had AIDS. Like, so you must have felt like life was never going to be the same.
Yeah.
If you're okay with that.
Yeah.
If you're accepting that, you must have been like, oh, my life is pretty much over.
Yeah.
So you reached a pretty low place for a while while you were there, mentally and psychologically and emotionally.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it was hard on your family.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. The other AIDS thing as well is what like concerned me was mosquitoes. I went, they go from okay, one AIDS victim, they suck his blood, and then they're jumping on me. So I went, listen, so can you get AIDS that way? They went, no, the mosquitoes suck in, they don't blow out.
They don't put out, they just suck.
They just suck, yeah.
Oh, they're like your ex-wife. They just take, they did no give.